everybody. We're doing my favorite game of all time, at least for nowadays. Sonic Generations. We're gonna play it. We're gonna 100% complete it. That means red rings, everything done, all the collectibles, just everything. And it may be a grudge. Might have lost some skills over the months, but we're coming back at it. And you know what? I am excited. I got my friend Joel Chan joining us today to help us along with this magical adventure that we're about to begin. Introduce yourself.
Hello guys, I am Joel Chan, or unless you want to call me TKL1, whichever is fine with you. And today we are going to do Road to Completion, where we will complete all the acts and challenges and collect all the red rings in every stage. Justice, would you like to take the floor?
Of course. So, we're just starting a new game here. Everything's all blah 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 blah. You know, chow, whatever. Going ahead. We're starting this.
I'll tell you anything you want to know. Look me up if you ever need some help.
Speeding through. Classic Sonic looking great as ever.
Indeed. I mean, it's been graphically enhanced since the first game, and I think they didn't do that much of a bad job. I think they did pretty well.
I mean, considering if you're saying the first game is the first Sonic game, they surely did.
I like the... Well, obviously. I mean, you get the point.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I'm just surprised they actually decided to bring... Well, although Green Hill has been already remade into 3D, Adventure 2. Prior to that, it's good to see Chemical Plant Zone and Sky Sanctuary get a new makeover.
Yes. A new makeover indeed. I mean, obviously there are new things coming out, as in, you know, Lost Wars just came out, which, you know, obviously sucks because we can't play it.
But you know, that's not gonna hold us down from any more commentaries in the future.
Obviously, you know. I might get a Wii U, or I might do some things with that. Just hope that, you know, they get their act together and, you know, start putting things on other things. Because we're a variety of Sonic, you know what I'm saying?
And too bad Sonic Boom is already being released for the Wii U, and exclusively for the Wii U and the 3DS.
Obviously,
not for any
S-Rank
other console.
as part of the usual, because S-Ranks are S-Ranks, and if you're not a Sonic fan and you don't get an S-Rank, who are you? That's all I'm going to say.
If you're a true Sonic fan and you don't get an S rank and you get below a C, you suck.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Obviously.
Or maybe I am.
But, you know, what I'm trying to say here is
I'm
that
probably
it's
not
just
kidding.
like...
I'm probably...
Green Hill was a very good, like, it's so, like, obviously the first Sonic game.
He'll be here in a
It's
second.
so, like, classic. Just classic.
Hey guys, what's going on?
That,
Who else
you know,
was
why
there
not?
a major
That was
nostalgic
2D.
moment from the
That was
Green Hill?
2D Sonic right there, and, you know, that was pretty good, was what I'm trying to say.
You guys.
Just amazing. You know, got Sonic's party here, you know, obviously chili dogs everywhere.
You totally
His
got me
friends
this time.
keep
I had
face
no
palming
idea.
Amy, you know.
Yeah, right.
Don't even know why
Happy
she keeps
birthday, Sonic.
trying, you know.
Hope you like this.
It was a funny scene, to tell you the truth. Tails giving him a chili dog
Wait,
present.
I love
Awesome.
it.
Classic. Just a classic.
Hey, Amy, get it through your thick skull.
But
Sonic doesn't
obviously,
like you.
yeah. But obviously, you know, new things happen. You know, I'm glad that
Sonic, what's
they
that?
kept the character design in this way and they changed things up. But, you know, with Boom,
What's it doing?
that Knuckles though, that's an interesting Knuckles.
They completely butchered his model. I'm sorry. I just want to state my opinion. They completely destroyed Knuckles.
Well, Age Generation looks fine, but, you know, Boom, this really didn't look
Horrible.
great.
Horrible.
I mean, all of the characters did have new looks, but they could have kept them, you know, at a smaller degree. You know, obviously, steroid comics just, you know, just started chiming in, obviously, so, you know.
Well, you know, I guess they were getting sick of how Knuckles looks. I mean, his body does look pretty small for a strong kid like him, so, but they definitely took it to a different level.
I thought it was fine to me, his body type, but because why not? But I understand
But
that
he's
they
just
probably
he's
wanted.
just the same knucklehead we all
But I
love.
suppose when
That's all
like
that matters.
the newer people who are getting into Sonic are like, Knuckles, I bet that guy's pretty strong. Oh, he is strong. That's cool. But it's gonna be pretty weird. Like, why did the old Knuckles was so how did I say where it was small? Why was he so small?
You have no childhood.
But then again, people are gonna grow up with that nowadays, and the new Sonic and like the cartoons coming out, which might be interesting. I'm gonna watch it. Obviously, it's gonna be interesting. I'm just saying.
Just make sure to keep your heads up
3D
of
Green
like.
Hill. Now that was something. This was a crowning achievement in my opinion. I mean, just a 3D Green Hill, just all ramped up, ready for new action. Just amazing.
Although it has been done so many times, but yet it's still a great level.
It's been done a lot of times, but it in HD, and also just the fact that it was, a lot of those other Green Hills were kind of mad, and this one is just a nice one, It's a nice, interesting.
Speaking of Sonic Generation, Justice, what are your thoughts about the 3DS version?
The 3DS version, interesting, but the colors 3DS or Nintendo DS was an interesting breed, to tell you the truth, because it had all of the, really any Sonic game that's on the handhelds are interesting. But the Generations one was just basically kind of a copy of the Generations in the consoles, sort of, but to an interesting degree. I'd rather think that they're just handhelds for people who just want handheld versions of the game. They're just there. Except for Dark Chronicles, Sonic Dark Brotherhood or something. And, I think that was interesting because it was just a new story for it, and it was like a lot of new characters returned. It wasn't just Sonic in that game, it was really like a good story, flat out. And there was a lot of hard challenges in that too, like, there was a lot of interesting moments. And I think that's always a good thing, to have those sort of things in there. So all in all, the handheld games can be either or. They're there, but,
I was thinking one day that they should re-release Sonic Adventure for the handheld too. I was always curious of how it would come out.
That would actually be rather like maybe an HD collection release. I mean, they did it for the consoles in this before, I think in 2013, and that was interesting. That was really fun.
The only thing I didn't really like about the re-releases of Sonic Adventure DX was the Game Gears. The Game Gears were missing from the game. It's what made DX famous.
I can see what you're saying there. But a handheld version of it would be really fun. And especially it could be like a sort of mini game. It's a too big. And nowadays with the 3DS and stuff like that, it has the power to do it. I mean, if you were saying that for like the Game Boy or the or something else that was a little bit less, I'd be like, no. But nowadays, it's possible that DX could be on a handheld.
I mean, why not? I mean, Sega did make it for the GameCube, so why not? They do it for another Nintendo handheld.
I'm just saying a remastered collection, HD collection on like a handheld would be nice for like people who just want to pick it up and play it. That'd be nice to just do that. And it's just a really DS games can be hit or miss. But when it's something that you love and you're just like, yeah, this is really cool. I could play this for hours. Then yeah, because you could just replay DX forever and you just still had fun because all the music and all the things that were in it.
Is it me?
And I'll tell you, the music was very atmospheric for the game.
Yeah.
For Sonic's first proper jump into the 3D world, the music was outstanding.
Totally strange.
No stranger than
They're
rescuing
talking
G's
about
in
how
magic books or
they're
saving aliens in an
remembering,
interstellar amusement park.
generation.
I'm
They
more
actually made a
concerned
callback
about
to
finding our friends.
colors and
Sonic, I saw
secret
something
rings
over there
in that
the
last
distance.
phrase.
Like buildings, but they look weird.
That might be a good place to check out. I'll be back soon.
Wow,
But yes, Green Hill was a very, very good game. All in all,
You
even
mean
if we're
level?
playing through this, I'm just saying. Yeah, Green Hill was a very good level, and it was a great start. Like, even the first game where it was, Green Hill, it was still a good start to the Sonic franchise. Green, luscious things, or hedgehog, and probably its native habitat, running around the world trying to save his animal friends. It's just, all in all, a good thing.
True. I really like the idea they had with Generations, though. I mean, not only could you play as classic and modern Sonic, but you get to play as the past levels too. I've known there has been a lot of people that's already stated that. I just want to get my opinion out of how I feel about the game. And I'll have to say, I do enjoy the game, like, as a whole. I haven't had no issue with it, though. For the PC version, I guess mine always freezes, but I guess it's just hardware issue right there.
So would you like to discuss mods for a short bit?
Oh yes. If any of you know, and I'm pretty sure a lot of Sonic Generations PC users have known this already, but there have been many mod releases for the game, and thus being the most notable one is the Unleashed project, which all of you know that you get to play as, well, Unleashed Sonic if you download the character pack, but you get to play the Daylight stages from the original game without the Werehog sequence. And I'll tell you, it's definitely a good substitute. If you want to if you like to think about it this way, you could think about it as like like Sonic Unleashed for the PC, if that's how you want to think about it.
We're in Chemical Plant Zone. That was an interesting level as a kid. I remember painstakingly for hours when I was just a beginning Sonic fan trying to get through that because there was one part where the water just rose and I was like, how am I supposed to beat this? And I finally beat it and I was just like, wow, yeah, I did it. Because not only did Sonic make you feel like a badass, you were a badass when you were playing. You're like, oh, boom, got through it. And when you became a master at Sonic, you just were like, yeah, I'm awesome. Like, it's not even like even a contest right now. Like, I'm the best around. Like, it's not even a contest. Don't even get me started on the musical. We'll save that for an episode for another day, because we can go for hours about that.
Definitely.
3D Chemical Plant Zone, a nice touch. It was really fun because all the 3D generated ones for the classic ones actually gave you a spin on like, hey, what if those were? And it really made you think like, what if others were 3D configurations, which I wish they would do, like, because that would just be like amazing. Like I wish they would just like release maybe DLC for like more, because I would buy it. Like a lot of people would buy some new DLC for the game, like some more stages. Like I'm surprised they didn't do that. And maybe some people will be angry by like Sonic having a DLC, but in this day and age when DLCs become commonplace, I mean, like nobody can tell me, oh, don't get the DLC, because I'm getting that DLC to play, maybe Mechanical Resonance or Mechanical Resonance, I mean like mechanical, different ones like the Fire, the Temple in DX, and there's so many other stages that you just want to see again, but you can't because apparently they don't want to make them. And like if they did make
Matter of
them,
fact, I was thinking about that someone at least should just make a mod for Final Egg, because that's definitely a good DLC.
Final Egg,
level
like
right
can you
there.
imagine Final Egg in 3D Sonic, like just like
And
whatever,
can you imagine the soundtrack also has been redone and
remastered and
been
redone with
a lot.
HD quality, more smooth edges. Like it's just a lot of things. Like just to go off
like
topic
the
here from
possibilities
Sonic,
are endless.
quite. Like just to go out from possibility of from Sonic, there's Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z, where like usually Dragon Ball doesn't have DLC, but in this day and age they actually do, and they actually have some more characters. And I think people don't really like DLC because like just put it all in the game. But sometimes DLC can be quite good and quite worthy to buy because they can't put it in the game. And
And it injects more playtime into the game.
injects more playtime, gives the company more money so they can make more things. I mean, all in all, DLC is just a great thing all around. I mean, can you imagine like Seaside, not Seaside, yeah, Seaside High. Why am I thinking? Why can I not think of any stages right now? Like, there's so many that I
Scrap Brain
want.
Zone.
That's the thing. There's so many that I want that I can't think of any of them
What
right
about
now.
Scrap Brain Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 1? I was always thinking of how it would look in 3D.
And I mean, you got the handhelds and your iPod and iPhone games for Sonic. They even made a version of Temple Run, which was interesting. I played it. It was meh.
Sonic Dash.
Yeah, Sonic Dash. It was meh.
I mean,
and,
unless you want to kill more,
it was
unless
like,
you want,
okay.
unless you want to kill some time, then I guess.
I
you
mean,
could
and
try
then
it
again,
out.
when you really think, I don't want to really hate on it because that's actually a good thing too. Because if there's more people, like, imagine that became bigger than Temple Run, which it won't. I understand that, but can you imagine if it did?
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, through the decades, Sonic isn't really as popular as he was back in the 90s. But hey, why not? Like,
And there's still
why
fans
not
out
make
there,
him popular?
albeit some very weird, but there's still fans out there that really want new Sonic things. And I'm happy as shit that they are doing the Sonic Boom. I'm happy that they're doing new games and pushing more games out, because there's still a Sonic fan base out there, whether young or old. They're still out there. They still want it. That's why you have to just go at it. You gotta maybe buy their stuff. Make sure that you know that people are still interested in Sonic enough that they want to buy their things. And that's what happens every time a new game comes out. Oh, this will be better. This will be cool. This will be nice, and it'll be better than what it was. And that's the thing. Sonic games, if you're a true Sonic fan, will always be good no matter what. No matter if 06, I know that's a broad topic, no matter if 06 it was bad,
This chemical
it's
plant
still
feels
good
which was
because of
which
the
was one of
soundtrack,
Sonic's
the
Dark
story,
3D
even though it had plot holes. Who cares? It was still a nice story, better than any other game I've seen. The whole verse, I'm sure there's a more lengthy lore in other games, but there's a lore in Sonic that is just close to people's hearts. And I think that's a nice thing,
Yep, I agree.
It's something else when you really think about it, because when Chemical Plant Zone, was just a stage. I mean, it was a stage. And you're like, okay, gotta get through this. It was hard, but it stayed with you. Things stay with you, and then once you get older, you just want it even more. Like, you want more things from it. I want to see more things from Sonic. I want to see more interesting stories, even if it's different stories from the main story. I just want to see more things. Sure, there's fanfiction instructions and all that. But I want to see like what happens to like Shadow and Sonic. Are they friends now? Are they what's going on here? You know, like are they teammates now? Are they against each other? What was happened? I want to see more. I want to see a game for Silver, because that was their first mistake with '06. And you know, if you make a Hedgehog, another Hedgehog besides Shadow, they're gonna expect a game for that Hedgehog, some sort of spin-off game for that Hedgehog. And that's why they really should have been careful with that, because as soon as you introduce a new Hedgehog, people are going to be going crazy for another one, for another game for that sole character.
I agree. I mean, I'm definitely a fan of Silver, and I know he really isn't in that many games besides Sonic 06, obviously, when he first debuted, Sonic Generations, and a few other games. I mean...
And, like, what if in Sonic Generations they made DLC for, like, character packs? Like, maybe you'll be able to play with like, Silver or Shadow. Or what if, like, you could play with Knuckles and do, like, a treasure hunt thing with him, which you actually did in one of the challenges. Like, just make that Knuckles and then it's fine, you know?
True. And that's definitely Knuckles'
And, like, I don't
idea.
see why people were like, I just want Sonic. But if you really think about it, people were wanting newer things than just Sonic. Like, when you have multiple characters, people want to see those characters return. Sure, have one game with Sonic, but have some with, like, multiple gameplays. When you have multiple gameplays like DX Adventure 2, people grab onto that and was like, man, those were some good games back in my childhood. Where are those games now? No, there's no more games like that, because there's just not. And you know, like, can you imagine like not a reboot, but just a remake of DX Now or Adventure 2 Now with all of this? Like, do you know how great that game would be with like new improved cutscenes and such? Like, that's where I want it to go there. I want there to be like an adventure. I want it to be like an Adventure 3, you know?
Although they have already done that in Sonic 06, which was supposed to be Adventure 3, but I understand what you mean. Nowadays, it's all just Sonic. But you know, I heard Sonic Boom. They're actually deciding to have Tails, Amy, and Knuckles as playable characters again.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, and because of that, it's good. And I really wish that it wasn't just for Wii U, because I would buy 50 copies of that game just to give it to Sega. Because Sega needs some help. Like, if I could buy Sega and just be the leader of Sega and make the decisions, like, that's what I would do. That's what I want to know in the comments, guys. If you were the leader of Sega, what kind of changes would you make? Joel, what kind of changes would you make if you were head of Sega and Sonic Team?
Well, I'd obviously first listen to what the fans want and how they would feel about the games. And then maybe from there, I could incorporate some of their ideas and actually try to make a game that's suitable for at least for the fans of the Sonic the Hedgehog series.
That's who's playing it, the fans.
The general audience.
It's an old topic, but that's who's playing it, the fans. Sure, you can have your own story and stuff, but once fans, it's also their story. They love Tails and they love Knuckles and his foolish ways. They love Sonic and how, you know, stuff like that happens. And, you know, they even love, like, you know, some people thought that Silver was stupid, but some people love Silver. Like, you love Silver. And, like, you know, even though, like, you know, 06 did him wrong sometimes with him creating the meme, it's no use. But in Generations, they made a whole new, like, basically engine for Silver. He became faster with his psychic powers, throwing all the cars at you and, like, all the psychic, like, energy discs at you. Like, come on.
I mean, that's what we all want to see, right?
Yeah, I want to see a new Silver game. No, it's not like I'm joking around, or like I really do. I want to literally see a new Silver game, because if they made a new Silver game, it could really fill things out. Don't make another hedgehog. That's the only thing you have to do. Like, if you don't make another hedgehog, then it's fine. Like, everybody will be fine now. But because you made Silver, you have to commit to Silver now. Come on, don't be a bullshit, you know? Like, come on, Sega Sonic Team. Make a game for Silver, and then we'll shut up. We'll shut up about it. As long as you don't make another one, like, I don't know what, like
Shark
Gold the Hedgehog, and he uses metal as his thing,
as is,
or something, or like he uses light as his weapon. You know, like, don't do that, or we'll expect Gold the Hedgehog the game. That's the only thing about it.
I mean, Amy has her own gimmick, but yet that's different.
That's the thing. It's not doesn't work so much for female hedgehogs. I know that sounds sort of sexist, but you know, I don't really care if there's not a Amy game or not. I really don't care. But if there's a male hedgehog, come on, you gotta do something.
I can't even imagine what it's like. I can't even imagine what it's like if she did have her own game. Amy the Hedgehog. One of her own ability gimmicks is obviously her Pico Hammer.
And just, I don't know, like.
And what's the theme of the whole story? Love. For some odd reason.
How the hell did I get an A? Oh, hell no.
That's it. Restart the game. No, I'm kidding.
Restart from the beginning. But,
we're doing this all over again.
It's a work in progress, what I'm trying to say. You know, I'll try my best to keep things flowing. Frankly, I'm thinking about just like doing the recording freehand and we just talk over things as they come up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say, and I'm glad that they brought back the, you know, the people, like, they're not going all out, like, bringing everyone back for a second round. No, they're just bringing back Tails, Knuckles, Amy, because people love Amy. You know, Knuckles, because, you know, if you can't have Knuckles, then you basically just don't have anything at that point. And, you know, I'm just saying, like, if you really want, like, and I don't think that it would be that bad to have a big blowout like Sonic DX or 06 again. Like, don't have it be as bad and try to actually like screen test that. I don't even know how that made it out of doors. That's something else that needs to be explained to me, because I don't even know how that made it out of doors. Maybe they just didn't give it. But all I'm saying is that they should, if they want to do it, like, make it so Eggman's done something again and there's a new badass, you know, thing to be done.
I definitely agree.
Like Monster, obviously still have Eggman bosses. The Sonic bosses throughout the years are just amazing, and that's the God's honest truth. And, like, do I want to see, like, you know, let's look at Boom for a second. Alright, X, everyone says, okay, that wasn't exactly the greatest thing because of the 4-kid stuff, but I still like the show. I mean, the show was alright. Boom as a TV show, it's a hit or miss. TV shows like that. Cartoons are hit or miss. Like, it's depending on what the kids like nowadays. Will they like a fast, you know, hedgehog that's blue? Who knows? That's all for them to decide. I mean, I liked them, and I'm a relatively new kid. I mean, I'm 15, but, is that really that much of a change? Or am I just an old man? Is that who they're gunning for, the 15-year-olds? Or are they gunning for, like, you know, why am I saying gun? Or are they, like, trying to have the fan base set towards, you know, like, son of... I hate this frame rate right now. We'll improve the frame rate later. Or are they trying to, like, you know, have the fan base for that sort of, like, thing be 8-year-olds? Who knows? It all depends on when you see the thing. Like, who's the target audience for that? I mean, like, people have said they want, like, a Sonic that's a little bit more mature, like, for, you know, older fans. But you really can't do that with Sonic because of the fact of his innocent... Huh?
No, sorry, I was actually just gone for a few minutes.
So I've just been talking to myself.
Listen, don't worry about it. I was gone for 3 minutes. It doesn't matter.
Well, anyway, I don't even know what I was talking about.
I didn't even want to interrupt the commentary like that, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the people watching this.
Anyway, what was I even talking about? I was on a roll. Oh dear, oh, it's gonna be one of those shows, huh?
Pretty much. I mean, all we really are focusing on is like talking about the game more. Maybe we should like throw in a couple of jokes.
Well, that was a funny joke, nonetheless. This frame rate's killing me right now. Guys, I am usually very, very more talented at this. But, like, I'm trying to say is that Sonic Boom is going to be a hit or miss because, like, it depends
you
on
either like it or you don't.
who the target audience is for.
Stay on the sections that look stable.
Like, is it for the old... Some people said, like, they want a more mature Sonic because, you know, Sonic, you know, for, like, older fans. But they really can't do that with Sonic because of his, you know, much, like, you know, a bit more innocent characteristics. Like, you can't have... What do you mean by mature? What do you want him to do? Like, have more, like, mature jokes? What are you trying to say? I'm not really sure where people are going with that. But I believe that who are they trying to shoot for with like audiences? Because are they shooting for 15-year-olds like me, or are they shooting for 8-year-olds or younger? Like, who knows? Like, who are they shooting for the show? I'm pretty sure it's probably younger kids than me, because why would they be shooting it for teenagers? Because Sonic isn't exactly a teenager kind of genre. So, you know, it's all depending. I mean, I'll probably like the show either way, and I think that it will be great overall, but it depends on, like, how much feedback it gets and how much, like, you know, feedback it will receive from the fans and the people who just regularly watch it, the new Sonic fans. That's the thing. So, yes.
All right there.
And we're back. Let's do this again.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. We had a bit of frame rate issue.
Hopefully that goes away now. I refuse to not have an S rank on one of my favorite games because of the fact that that's just like, no, I can't accept that.
Use the left stick to pull on tricks.
I got slapped in the face again. The game froze. That's beautiful.
There's so many things that you could do with Sonic that's not even funny. Like, it's just different things. And for a second, let's talk about some of the fan base, you know, because sometimes they can get very crazy. Some of the Sonic fan base.
Yeah.
Like, you know, some of the fan fictions can be a little over the top, and sometimes people can be quite annoying. but really, you should all remember that I'd rather not give people that like name like all Sonic fans are crazy and weird, because they're not. We're all people who just really are passionate about the story and want to see cooler and more exciting things from it. Like, if I saw a Sonic game at like high quality, just pristine, and with a story that was amazing, I'd eat it up like hotcakes. Like, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to get that game, except maybe illegal things. I wouldn't do illegal things to get.
Like torrent.
Basically. And that's because I would support the series by the original game. That means that game is going towards, part of that game is going towards the main company, which is what we want. We want the company to get more money. I'm sorry to say it, but not because any feelings or fans. It's all about the moolah. It's all about the fans going out and saying, hey, this is what I want. Please give me what I want. And here's the money, make it. That's what every Sonic fan says. Here's the money, make it. Any sort of fan, DBZ, whatever, or anything that if you throw money at something, people will want to make more of it, because unlike, I'm sorry to say it, money rules the world, basically. And it's a hard thing to say, but it's the truth. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're definitely right.
I mean, like, if they don't have profit margins, they're not gonna make it. That's why there was a drought of Sonic for a while there. Like, what's coming out? Like, why is nothing major coming out? Then, you know, things started to come out again. You know, like maybe Colors, and that was good. AO Generations, that was good. I don't see why they're rebooting everything. Like, when I saw Lost Worlds, I was pissed. I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed when I saw Lost Worlds. Because it was just something that was like, what is going on? I thought they had a base thing for this. I thought they weren't going to do this again. But then, they did. It's a new thing. I have to accept new things. Change is good. I didn't realize that. Change is a good thing. And when you have change, you know, you just have to accept that change and just be okay with it. You know, you can't be like, you have to look at it from a different perspective. That's why I didn't freak out when I saw Boom. I was like, hey, Boom might actually be good. I don't know. Can't see into the future, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if that game's gonna be good, bad, or indifferent. You know? Who knows? Who knows? Only the Sega knows. Only Sega knows how good it's gonna be. They don't even know. They don't even know. They don't know how it's gonna be. They don't know what kind of feedback we're gonna give, or if people will buy it. That means that if you are a Sonic fan, support it and buy merchandise. Buy any Sonic thing that you can. Buy, even if you have it already. See, like, sometimes I buy multiple copies of shit, you know?
Yeah, I definitely understand.
And don't, like, get the game illegal, because I know some of you will do that. If you're a real Sonic fan,
Like
then
me, I actually used to do that, but I realized there's consequences.
like, I don't mind people who do that. Yeah, it's fine. You just want the game, you want to play it. But who is that helping? Only you. It's not helping Sonic any. And I'm not trying to be mean here. Yeah, if you want to go do that, then fine. But, you know, just think, like, if I actually do something like about this and like actually buy stuff, that means that they're gonna make more stuff. Like, I don't even know where to get Sonic stuff. That's the thing. Like, I can get it off Amazon, but is that helping Sega? You have to think, is that helping the main company? And once you help the main company, they're gonna make more Sonic stuff, you know? Because frankly, I want Sonic shirts. I want Sonic wristbands and watches and all that. I want the whole merchandise.
Well, definitely.
Like, who can argue that you wouldn't want to see more from that?
Obviously, the fans.
The floor here looks like it can give way at any moment. Stay on the sections that look stable.
is messing me up is I try to cut it all the time when I want to be cool, but I really just shouldn't. Like, what am I doing? But yeah, like, to all Sonic fans that watch this or even find it or whatever, just know that if you want to truly help Sonic grow, and this might be years in the future when Sonic is dead. It's a bad thought, but Sonic might be dead in the future. He might just be gone, and we can't do anything
But his
about it.
legacy will still continue.
But his legacy will still be there. Like, I want somebody to find this video one day and say, man, what was Sonic about? And then go back and see how good it was compared to other things of the past. And I want them to see that I do care about you, future. I want you to have some good Sonic games. I want you to have, probably in the future when Sonic's like 35 and he's having his 35th reunion, you see Sonic's son. Wherever that may come from, I don't know. But I want it. Don't you? In the future, don't you want to see that? Don't you want to see more? Like, to the people in the future, because the future is all. I want you to go back. I want you to go to your roots and go to your roots in gaming. Future gamers out there, go to your roots in gaming and find Sonic, because you know what? Sonic is going to be amazing when you see it. Go through from the first game on. Go through the cartoons. Go through all of it. It'll all be there. The internet is amazing. You could probably dig through the internet and find it all. Sonic the Hedgehog, Google it. Or Zonnet, whatever is in the future. Imagine that's an actual thing, huh? You know?
Huh.
Zonnet.
Yeah.
I gotta write that down.
Where did the idea of Sonic come from anyway?
I don't know. But listen, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright? All you people out there, that's why I'm ending this video here, because I want you guys to simmer on that. Sonic is the future, and you are all the future. So I want you all to think, hey, in the future, I still want Sonic to be around. So make it happen today. Make it be that quintessential always. No matter 20 years later, 50 years later, Sonic will still be there, kicking, running through. I want him to be 105, have the 100th reunion of Sonic, and I just want it to be awesome. Even if we have to do it ourselves. Even if all the fans get together and we make our own game. Which has happened. I want it to happen. Signing off. This is